everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do a very highly requested video, and that is a print and cut video. There will also be a part 2 for foiling. So I wanted to start this video off by showing you the supplies that I use and talking to you a little bit about those supplies, because it's probably the biggest part of printing and cutting your stickers is making sure that you have adequate supplies. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my sticker paper, which I know I always forget to put in the comment box or in the description box. I'm really sorry, but this is what it is. It's called Paxon. I buy it on Amazon, Packzon. There's shipping labels. It says works with most popular shipping software. So if you wanted to use them as shipping labels, you could, like if you use a Shipping Easy. But I use them for sticker paper, and they do come in full sheets. Labels that look like this. They're shipping labels, and the edges here come out just a little bit further so that you have, you know, a place where you can hold and peel your sticker. But honestly, we don't need that because we're going to be cutting stickers, but you can use that to know which one is the front and which one is the back, which is important when you're printing because every printer is different. You're going to need to figure out what the settings are in your printer. In my printers, I have to put them face down because they feed this way when they print. So you just want to make sure that you pay attention to that. The second thing to note about the sticker paper is you're not going to want to print on your regular settings when you're printing on any kind of matte sticker paper, because it is a little bit thicker. It's almost close to a cardstock, like a really thin cardstock. And so you're gonna need to print on a higher print setting. I print on inkjet setting, and that gets rid of like the lines. It does take a little bit longer. It does take a little bit more ink, but it's well worth it because when you're done printing, you get results like this. And this is a printable kit we're gonna be cutting today from Paper Crown Planner. It is for the new year. I'm so excited about this kit. I can't wait to print or to cut it. I printed it before we started just to save some time, but I'm going to talk to you about printing. When we get over to the computer, I'll show you the print settings that I use, but it is really important that you print on a higher quality print setting. You can even print on photo, like if you really want it to be very crisp, you can print with photo. If you're printing on a glossy sticker paper or photo sticker paper, you're definitely going to want to print on the photo print option so that way it doesn't smear. I almost said schmear, like Einstein's bagels, but it's smear. The other thing I want to talk to you about really quickly is my printers. So I do have several printers because I was a print and cut shop. I have 3 inkjet printers and 1 laser printer. The laser printer is just to use for anything I'm going to foil. And the inkjet printers are what I print for any type of color. I do use a Brother printer. It is a MFW series printer, and it is an all-in-one, so it has like scanning and copying, and you can set up to a fax machine. I don't use anything except for the scan and the print. And it works out really, really great. Now the ink cartridges are a little bit pricey. For the 3 color cartridges, it runs you around $40 at Office Depot, which is where I purchased mine. However, they last for, you know, a couple of months. They're really good quality. And then the black runs about $20. So it's a little bit of an investment. When I purchased my printer, I purchased the one that came with 3 cartridges or 3 sets of cartridges. So I had plenty of, you know, ink, and it ran me somewhere around the $220 range. So you have to see what works for you. I don't want to say that printer's better or worse than any other printer on the market because I don't know. I've never used them all, and this is not a printer review video. It's just for me to tell you what I use and what works for me. I also use a Brother printer for my laser printing. I did purchase it on Amazon. It's just a plain black and white laser printer, and it's by Brother, and it works really, really great. So when I'm printing anything with foil, I run the color through my Brother inkjet printer first, and then I run it through the laser printer second. This video is not sponsored by Brother, by the way. I should say hashtag not sponsored. Unless, hey Brother, you want to sponsor me? Cool, let's do it. But Those are the printers that I use. That's the paper that I use. I also use a Silhouette Portrait. That's the smaller version of the Silhouette. I don't use the Cameo. I don't need the Cameo. I don't need something that big. I'm not printing anything that big. I'm cutting 8 by 11, you know, 8.5 by 11. So I don't need anything bigger than that. And I do have more than one Silhouette. I only use one right now because I'm just printing and cutting stickers for myself, but you can get more. One thing that's really important to know about your Silhouette is that there are different versions of the Silhouette software. Silhouette software is free to everyone. You do not have to have a Silhouette to use it. So if you download items from my shop and you would like to open them in Silhouette, you can. Just download the Silhouette software from silhouetteamerica.com and you can open and print them that way. You do not need to have a Silhouette cutting machine to use the software. It is important that you have version 3 software. Make sure your software is regularly updating because a lot of shops, mine included, use version 3 for creating our items. So if you don't have version 3, they're not going to open correctly in your Silhouette program, if at all. The updates are completely free. You can set it up where they automatically update when the new version comes out, or like me, I just go in and change it and update regularly as I know new versions are coming out. If you have version 3 and you purchase a version 2 printable, you can still open it in that version. So hopefully that's helpful. And with all of that said, I think we're ready to get into the actual printing and cutting. Okay, my friends, I know this is kind of a terrible angle, but I don't know how to have the screen on the camera better than this, and this is basically what I did in my last video. But I have the document opened up here. I downloaded it from Etsy, and then it opened like this into a file folder, and you can save these if you want to. And then I opened it in Silhouette, and this is what I have here. Now, I printed from Silhouette. That's really important because you have your registration marks. So if I were going to print this, which I'm not, but I'm going to show you, I would come to print, I would select my printer, and right here where it says preferences, I would select where it says media type, it might say paper type, you would select inkjet or photo paper. This is really important so that you get a nice saturated color and you don't have a lot of lines, and you make sure that the color is nice and vivid. You can also change your print quality to best print quality if you would like. I leave it on normal, that's fine. I do put it on vivid for the color mode. You can put it on natural and that'll give you a little bit more of a muted color, but I keep mine on vivid. And this is for my Brother printer, MFC J985DW. That's the type of printer that I have. And I love this printer. Like I said, it works really well for me. You can try several others and let me know what you think, but that's what I like. Now let's talk about actual cutting. I'm going to give you a couple of weird tips, but my number one tip for cutting is when you use your cutting mat, which is this right here, try not to use one that's super duper sticky. This one's a little bit on the older side. It's not as sticky. And so I use a little piece of washi up here on the top just to hold it in place. But if it's not as sticky, then it doesn't seem to skip when it's cutting. And I feel like that's really important for me because I don't want to have to print and cut it again if it does skip. And I'm going to go over here to the send button. That's how you send things to your printer or to your cutter. And this item here has two sets of cut lines. It has red cut lines, which are your sticker paper cut lines. And then the green cut line is to cut the actual sticker page out. So we're going to come over here where it says material, and we need to make an adjustment. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more and try to get that for you. So the red cut line right here, that one is saying sticker paper, and then the green cut line is also saying sticker paper. We want to adjust those. So I have settings in my Silhouette for the sticker paper that I use, and I'll show you what those are. I have them saved in my Silhouette program, and that is to cut, hold on, that's not right. That's not the right one. stickers. Here we go. It's to cut at a speed of, why does this say sketch? We don't want to sketch, we want to cut. There we go. That looks better. Somehow it got adjusted. Make sure the action says cut, not sketch, which you can put a pen in there, a special pen to draw. But I have it at a speed of 8, and the force is a 6. And then the passes I have at 2. So that is a double cut. And that just makes sure my cut lines are nice and clean. And then I have my blade at a level 2. I don't go any higher than that. As for the green cut lines, I'll click on those so that I can change those right now, and I'll adjust those to cardstock. On mine, I have it saved as the sticker border, and that cuts at a blade level of 3, which I don't adjust the blade level on my actual silhouette. I just adjust it here in the program, and that way it just gives a little bit more of a push. The speed is a 4 and the force is a 20. And again, I do a double pass. That way it just makes sure that it's all the way cut and my cut lines are nice and clean. When I'm ready, I'll load this into the silhouette and get cutting. Let's show you how that's done. Okay, so here's my silhouette. Like I said, I use the silhouette portrait, and it's just a little bit smaller and it allows for easy storage. And I do have my paper already loaded onto the cutting mat with a little piece of washi on the top to hold it, only because my mat is not very sticky. And I'm going to go ahead and line the dot or the arrow right there in the middle, just like so. And I'm going to load it. The load button is, ooh, sorry guys, I just kicked the tripod, but the load button is right here on top. That's your top button. Once I have it loaded, I'm going to go over to my silhouette program and I'm going to click send. And it's going to send it to the silhouette, in which it's going to now read my registration marks. Once it has read my registration marks, it's going to go ahead and get cutting. Okay, so our item is done cutting, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the cutting machine. And as you can see here, we now have 2 wonderfully cut pages. There we go. 2 wonderfully cut pages of stickers. I'm going to show you how wonderful they cut. See that? Absolutely no problems with that nice, beautiful double cut. And you have your 2 pages. So we'll go ahead and cut out the rest here in a minute, but that is pretty much the gist of it. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. The one thing that I did not mention when I was showing you the actual cutting was to make sure that you have a decent amount of light. If you don't have good lighting in the room, then the silhouette machine won't be able to read those registration marks correctly. So sometimes if I'm printing at night, or if it's just overcast or not really good lighting, I have a lamp that I clip to the side of the table, and it comes up and over, and that way it has a really good solid light source. Just now when I was doing that, I did have my filming lights on it, so that's why I didn't put it up, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that to you. But once you're done, you do have some wonderful stickers. You do not have to cut them out with your silhouette. If you want to cut those out by hand, you're more than welcome to. Just depends on the cut settings and the print settings in the printable that you purchased. Most shops nowadays are including those because they're easy to store. They do look like regular printed stickers, and so you know, you might be a little bit more inclined to use them if they look like the ones you're used to seeing. So by no means are printable stickers taking the place of printed stickers in my life. I love and have room for both. They're just a really affordable option, and for those of us who need stickers in our hand right away, they're right there. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the description box down below. Hopefully this was helpful. I will have some of my favorite printable shops listed down below as well, so check those out. Let them know that you found them through my channel if you've never seen them before. I do have some coupons as well listed in the description box down below, and in the next video we'll talk about foiling. Thanks guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.